Hey guys, for this video, to blend my client's roots, we're just going to be doing a really quick flash foil. So to see how we do this service, just to get her in and out really quickly, keep watching. You guys can follow me on Instagram at Christy at the Cottage.
Hey guys, I'm getting ready to mix for my client today. Usually we go really blonde like in the springtime and then tone down in the fall. So I'm really liking this trend of just toning down and keeping it nice and easy and showing that you don't really have to do as much work as you might think you have to sometimes. So last time we did it kind of closer up to her root. So she probably has like maybe not even quite yet half an inch of grow out around her face. Because of that, we're not going to go up and foil directly on her hairline or anything. However, we are just going to go through and stagger like a few foils up in that area just to kind of brighten the roots up a little bit and take it up a little bit higher. She still wants to be rooty, so that's why we're just gonna do it that way instead of doing like a heavy foil like what we normally do. And then I don't think we're gonna lighten up through the ends. I don't think we have to. But then we're just gonna throw a toner on the rest of her hair. So I think this is a really good way to refreshen somebody's roots up. But if they want to still stay a little bit rootier, then this is like the perfect placement for that because they're still gonna feel brighter up in this area. You know, and still give them a few extra months of grow up before they feel like they want to brighten up a whole bunch. So I'm going to use, she has very dark hair, so I'm going to use my Schwarzkopf Blondie with 20 volume and Olaplex. And if I end up going through and swiping through the ends, don't be shocked, just to give it a little bit extra brightness because she wants to be like a level 9 and she might have some brassier areas that need to be lined. So potentially I might lighten up a little bit through the ends.
And this is what we're using, Schwarzkopf Blondie with 20 volume. So this is my client's before. You can see that she's darker in the crown area and then brighter up towards the face. And that's because last time we did her hair, it was the beginning of fall. So we knew that we wanted to stay a little bit rootier and have a little bit softer grow out and keep some of her natural dimension. So that's what we're going to be doing today, is just blending her roots and really not brightening her up too much more, but just kind of breaking her roots up a little bit. So I don't know if you guys remember in beauty school having to do roller sets and doing that C shaping right at the front of the forehead where you just kind of do this little like half circle right in the front of the face. And that's kind of what this placement is, where we're just going to start the foils, kind of branch out from the sides of the forehead and then do like a half circle until we meet the other side. And so that's going to make it where the foils are a little bit closer together right on the forehead, but then they'll expand out a little bit further towards the back of the crown area. So that's going to create a little bit more of a natural brightness in the front and then leave her a little bit more depth towards the back of the head. And this is what a flash foil is. I feel like this is great for somebody that wants to just either blend their roots, or maybe they've never even done color before. Like in the last 10 years, I would always do a flash foil for people that would come in and they would want to try color, but they were really nervous because they're afraid the hairstylist is going to do like this crazy, brighten them up a whole bunch. And I always say, well, we can always do a flash foil, which is basically this placement right here, which is 10 foils or less. It's less than a partial. To me, it's like as if the sun were to just naturally lighten your hair. This is what a flash foil is. It's just very minimal, low maintenance, hardly even notice that it's there type of service. And that's what I think is perfect for doing her hair today, because we want to just break up her roots a little bit, blend what's already there. And so that's why I figured if we just go in with this like flash foil, she's pretty happy with where her roots are, how her hair is right now, where her grow out's at. She just want to break up her roots just a little bit, and that's why we decided to go with the flash foil instead of a heavier partial. Now that I'm where she parts her hair out, I'm going to flip her over so that I can foil directly on her part, because I want to make sure that we break it up where she parts her hair. I don't want to miss her part and then the hair lays over on top of it where I did my foil, and then now she has this like dark spot right there. So right where she parts her hair is where I'm going to turn her over and put another foil in, and then we're just going to put a few extra going down this side of the head, and then throw in one or two in the back, and that will be done. I think for pricing for a service like this, you could probably do 150 just to blend the roots, and it's not like a basic foil. You're still going in there and placing strategically, backcombing, blending the roots and all of that stuff. So you're doing a more detailed service, but just less work really. So I would say you could probably price this at 150. And this is really great for somebody that just wants to get in and out, or maybe you don't have that much time, or, there's online booking and sometimes clients book things and they really don't know what they're supposed to be booking for. So if you feel like you end up not having enough time for a full retouch, then this is something that's great to just be able to throw in a few foils, maybe be in and out within an hour and a half or something like that. And so I think the $150 price point for like a dimensional service is pretty realistic and fair. And here's all that we did for her service. We ended up not lightening through the ends. We ended up doing maybe around 10 foils across the top and then these 3 in the back. And I'm just going to go through now that she's processed for probably like 35 minutes or so. And I'm just going to make sure that her color blends all the way through the ends of her hair. I don't want her to have like super light roots and then brassier ends. So I'm just going to make sure these last few minutes, I'm just going to use the same bleach that I used when I first applied. So it's very weak right now. It's probably, you know, has very less strength. It's not going to be damaging on her hair. So I'm just going to run the bleach through some of these ends that might need to be, break up some of those brassier areas. So we're going to pull the foils out, pre-tone with Finola No Yellow shampoo, and then do an Olaplex treatment as always after I'm done doing a purple shampoo while I'm mixing my toner. That way she gets a little mini treatment sitting for a few minutes while I'm mixing.
Okay, so we're going to do her toner now, and I don't know if you guys have tried Paul Mitchell the Demi, but they put out a new like NB series, and I've really been liking it, but obviously it's like a warmer tone, but I've mixed it with all my stuff is about to fall, oh lord, but I've been mixing it with like a 9V just to soften it a little bit, and it's like a really pretty like beige color. So that's what I'm gonna do today.
So I'm going to do half and half, the 9NB and the 9PA with equal parts of the processing solution. And I know I said I was going to use the 9V, but I didn't have that in my stock or anything. But the 9PA is also a great option because it's a really pretty ashier tone too. So that's what I used to tone her with, and she sat for probably 12 to 15 minutes. So for her toning, we normally lighten her to a pretty light blonde and then tone her down to be pretty ashy again. But just with fall, we always feel like it's kind of like this is actually the first year where we've stayed a little bit warmer, and I feel like she's a little bit happier with this because she's not trying so hard to keep her hair so cool. Here's the color. It's under warm lighting, so it looks a little bit warmer and more caramel than what it actually is. It's a lot softer and more of a softer beige tone. But I wanted to just kind of mention that the color that we did is a lot warmer than what we normally do. However, it's not quite as warm as what it's showing in the video. It's a little bit softer and cooled down. But yeah, I feel like this is a great option for her to do, just to kind of not have to worry about her hair so much and warming up. That her hair always goes so warm, so toning it a little bit more warm is probably gonna make her a little bit happier, because then she's not gonna feel like it's going brassy. It's just softening up over time. And here's her before again, much darker roots and pretty warm, but we kind of softened it a little bit, so she's still warm, just not as warm. And then here's her after. You can see she still has lots of dimension, lots of her own natural roots. We just broke it up a little bit, and she still is brighter around the face, but it just blends into her roots nicely. So I hope you guys like this video. Something different, something really quick and easy. It doesn't always have to be this huge in-depth color. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys like the video, and don't forget to like and subscribe.